I think we're going to get started. So again, I'm Dr. C, and really want to thank you for taking some time out of your evening to come and see our presentation and supporting the Wellness Matters series. This is very important to us. You know, we try to bring interesting speakers to the community to kind of get the word out about health and wellness and things that just improve the quality of life. So with that, we're going to do something really fun this evening. We're going to talk a little bit about some meditation and some self-care that is really important to overall wellness. And we're going to meet Melissa Sonnenschein, and she's one of the co-founders of the Be Well Holistic Care and has been in the health and self-care industry now for over a decade. She started teaching yoga, breathing work, and meditation in 2009. She's really followed her passion all along with this, and she's been helping people by opening her own small spa and becoming a licensed massage therapist and an esthetician. Once she experienced the difference that holistic approach provided to people, she went on and expanded herself by joining and growing the team that is now the Be Well Holistic Care Center. Be Well is a really wonderful place that focuses on holistic care, self-care, and natural beauty services. She's kind, caring. She uses this approach to bring her skills to people, to give them a healthy, relaxed, beautiful form, both inside and outside of their life. So she uses these skills on a daily basis to practice, to live, and to work mindfully. So with that, I want to introduce Melissa to you all. Thank you, Melissa, for coming.
Thank you all for being here and joining me for this. This is something I am hugely passionate about. Meditation and mindfulness has been something like Dr. C was saying. I started teaching yoga and meditation in 2010, and just saw I had a super corporate job and was just teaching on the weekend, just dabbling. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. This is life-changing. More people need to experience this. And was really called to leave the corporate job and get into self-care and wellness. So does anyone here have any experience with meditation or mindfulness practices? Yeah, a couple. Okay, cool, awesome. Does anyone here have no experience with it? Yay, awesome.
She admits it.
Yes, okay, very cool. So the really neat thing about meditation and mindfulness is it's something that anyone can do. It really doesn't require any special specific skills. You don't have to go off to a retreat. I mean, you can, and that's an experience, but my goal is to really show people how they can incorporate this in their day-to-day lives. So, you may have seen a piece of paper with a pen. If you want to fill that out, you can. I'll give you a moment here. If you don't have a pen, one of your neighbors probably does. But it's just kind of to get a gauge of where you are right now.
Interesting.
And so 1 is almost always, and a 6 is almost never. specific one asks you to add it up and divide it by 15. If you don't feel like doing that math, that's okay. I just kind of want to get you thinking about what mindfulness is and, you know, getting a rating for yourself of where you are on some of these items. I'll give you another minute or so to kind of finish filling this out. Wherever you are on it, if you want to keep adding up, that's totally cool. But the really great news about this is no matter where you are, it's really easy to improve. So some of these things are, you know, it's just about paying attention and your attention span and your focus and that kind of thing. And mindfulness is a muscle. It's something that we all have. Like I was saying, you don't need it's not like a special set of skills, but it is something that we kind of, it gets diminished with just everything that we have coming at us, you know, between the phone going off and people coming to you and, you know, life happening. It can be really hard to like refocus and tune in. And I'm going to teach you a little bit about how we can do that today. Awesome. So the other thing I want to kind of point out is, so meditation is like a really broad term, and what I specialize in is mindfulness meditation. So meditation is just bringing a strong focus to anything. So that could be like a mantra meditation. You could be focused on kindness. You could be focused on your emotions. You could be focused on literally this chair. I'm going to meditate on this chair, and I'm just going to totally focus on that. And that's a little bit different from mindfulness meditation. So mindfulness meditation is an intense focus, but it's on what's going on around you and what are your thoughts about it. Right? So I want you all to just close your eyes for just a moment. I'm just going to take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale. Good. We're just going to do one more breath like that. Inhale. And exhale. Good. You can open your eyes. So you might notice just that little shift in your body and your shoulders, just with those 2 breaths. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to start with a mindfulness exercise. So if you're comfortable, we're going to close our eyes, and I'm going to lead you through a mindfulness meditation. You can just put anything you want to the side. Don't want to interrupt anyone's snacking, but just keep comfy here. And there's no rules, right? You don't have to keep your eyes closed. If you want to shift, you can. You don't have to be perfectly still. But go ahead, and we'll start together. And we're just going to take another deep breath in. Slow exhale. And breathe in. And breathe out. So to start, we're going to just keep our focus on the breath. So deep breath in. And a full breath out. Just let your breath go at its normal, natural pace. As you breathe at this normal, natural pace, I want you to tune into the body sensations of your breath. So noticing the temperature of the air, noticing where you feel your breath. Some people feel it in the throat or the chest. Others might feel it lower in the abdomen. to notice the quality of your breath. Noticing if your breath is deep or shallow. Noticing the pace of your inhales and exhales. Continuing to breathe at your own pace. And slowly noticing any thoughts that you're having about your breath, or any thoughts that you're having not about your breath. Seeing if you can take on being a curious observer, observing your breath without judgment, observing your thoughts about your breath without judgment. Another moment to be with your breath here. Your thoughts have wandered somewhere else. Bring them back to your breath as you take a deep breath in. And a slow breath out. Another slow breath in. And a slow breath out. When you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Awesome. Does anyone want to share how that felt for you?
Quite relaxing.
Relaxing? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, totally.
I like how you kept adding no judgment,
Uh-huh.
which reminded me not to judge myself.
Because
Yeah.
that's what I was doing.
Very helpful.
You were like, am I breathing right? Is this the
Yeah.
right kind of breath? Yeah, I totally got that.
Well, me is, I'm very self-aware.
Uh-huh.
So I know when my heart rate is elevated.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why? Why is my heart rate elevated? What's going on? Why am I stressed? The anxiety increases more and more and more
Yeah,
because I'm that self-aware.
yeah, it's like that awareness builds on itself and then you're questioning it and you're like, that's making you more anxious rather than like just being with it and being without the judgment. Yeah, I totally get that. Cool. Yeah, so when we do a breathing meditation, it's something that you can definitely, dedicate some time to, right? There's been times in my life where I've done long meditations, you go and do a sound bath or something like that. It's an hour and a half long and you're just immersed in this breathing and yourself and it's just beautiful. And I also know that doesn't always work for everyone's day-to-day life. You can't do that most people can't do that every day, right?
Yeah.
So, does anyone here have a daily meditation practice? Yes, you do, I know. Yeah, awesome, yay, cool. Has anyone here ever set a goal of having a daily meditation practice? Yes, okay, yeah. And it can be tough to carve out that time, right? So, I have a couple strategies for y'all. So, one of my favorite things to do, I'll share my meditation practice. I have gone from like a daily like yoga practice and all that to like a very busy, hectic life, and I meditate when I brush my teeth. Right? So I know it's something I'm going to do every single day. And it's something that I can tune into and focus on, and I can't really breathe while I'm doing it, but building that breathing meditation practice allows your mind to get to that clear space so that you can kind of tune into that when you're brushing your teeth, washing your dishes, like anything like that. And then the other thing I really love is scheduling some self-care time, right? So if I'm getting acupuncture, a massage, a facial, there's usually some quiet time. And if there isn't, I will ask my practitioner to give me some quiet time. And usually that's a really great spot to like kind of make that space and make that appointment and that time for yourself. And meditation just overall, so when you're able to tune in and kind of like clear your mind and clear that space, it has amazing health benefits. So it's can lower blood pressure, it can help with anxiety, it can actually really improve like focus and helps you to kind of manage all of the things. Because if you're that still, quiet space, then everything else that's going on around you can kind of go on around you and you can stay focused on what you're doing. Cool? Awesome. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get you guys super relaxed. So we're going to do another meditation exercise. This is going to be a little bit more led. So I want you to just really get comfy and cozy. Yeah, and we're just going to do a full body relaxation exercise here today. Awesome. So you can close your eyes. And we're just going to get back to that breathing. So take a nice deep breath in. Slowly exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Another deep breath in. Exhale fully. I want you to bring your attention and your focus to where your feet are connected to the ground. Take a nice deep breath in. And slow breath out. I want you to imagine that where your feet are connecting to the ground, there is a nice, comfy pool of water. It's the perfect temperature for you. If you run a little hot, it might be cooling. It might be body temp. And as you sink your feet into this pool, I want you to notice that it has a color. Notice that it's a calming color for you. Perfect exercise and meditation. Right, coming back to your center. We'll all take that nice deep breath in. And let it all go. Sinking your feet back into that pool. Feeling it soothe. Relax. As you take another deep breath in, noticing that you're able to draw that water up past your feet, past your ankles. Just noticing your legs relax. Imagining that this liquid is just filling your legs, relaxing every muscle, every joint. Full breath out. Another calming breath in. And a slow breath out. As you breathe in, you're starting to draw that liquid up past the knees and the legs. Flowing in, relaxing, noticing any areas where you might feel tension. Just imagining that this pool is calming and relaxing your legs. Liquid up, past the hips, all the way into your navel. You can feel your sit bones nice and heavy, relax in your chair. Breathing in fully. Breathing out fully. As you focus on your breath, focus on this relaxing color. Take a moment to check in with what's going on inside. Any emotions that you're feeling, any thoughts that are coming up for you. And again, without judgment, taking a moment to just be with those sensations. Noticing the thoughts and emotions, and noticing any thoughts about your thoughts or emotions. Take another deep breath in. Another full breath out. As you breathe in, allow that liquid to fill your entire abdomen, all the way up past your chest, into your shoulders. Feel your shoulders start to relax. Noticing any areas of tightness in the body. Noticing any sounds happening outside of your body. Just observing them without judgment. Taking a nice deep breath in. And a full breath out. Noticing as this liquid comes out of the shoulders all the way down the arms. Relaxing your shoulders, your elbows. The joints in your hands. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Allowing yourself to relax. Enjoy the sensation of this liquid as you breathe in, noticing your chest and throat filling with this relaxing liquid all the way up to your jaw. Noticing your jaw relax. Your eyebrows soften. All the way up to the crown of your head. Continuing to draw up from the soles of your feet everything you need. Breathing in. Breathing out. Noticing any areas of your body that are not relaxed. Just breathe into those areas. Breathe into any areas of tension. Now that your body is completely relaxed, continuing to breathe at your normal, natural pace. Observing your breath, observing your thoughts. And I'll give you a few moments to just be with your breath and be in your body. deepen the breath. So move your fingers and toes, some movement back in the body. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes. Your shoulders, your neck, shake all that out. Awesome. So did anyone notice anything different between the first time we observed our breath and the second time we observed our breath?
The second time was longer.
It was longer. Yeah. Like that. Anyone else notice anything?
I relaxed here more.
Exactly.
Deeper.
Deeper. Yep.
I hate to say it, I feel like I did better.
You did better. Wait, let me get my gold star sticker. Hold on.
There was the charm.
Yep.
So the difference there is that we took the time to really let the body relax, right? We weren't just like, okay, we're going to observe the breath and see what happens. Like that is definitely, in a pinch, something we can do. But what really, really works better is to have the body relax, have everything soft. And so I don't know, what everyone's day-to-day practice and day-to-day life is, but meditating right after you exercise is really great, or after you've gotten a massage or something like that. But having all of that body tension released and relaxed will help you be able to get into that deeper, more meditative state a lot quicker. And so I love meditation for myself and what it does for me, and the thing that I've really noticed that it does is it actually helps you to build deeper connections with the people in your life. So if you're very grounded with oh bless you if you're very grounded and centered with who you are and that deeper connection with yourself, you're able to really be present with other people in a different kind of way. You're able to be a lot less reactive. So I was saying, as we were practicing our meditation this time, there was some noises and some things happening, and you all did so good, like just staying with it and staying with your breath. And you can kind of take that skill and put it out into your day-to-day life. If you're having a conversation with someone, or you have a million things coming at you, if you've already built up that strong meditation muscle, then you're able to stay with that and kind of let everything else happen around you. It's kind of like being looking at the sky, right? And so that's like you, and the clouds just kind of come and go, and you don't have to get focused on one specific thing. So, and then it also really allows you to, like I was saying, meditation can be focused on anything. So I really like to I specialize in mindfulness, but that's kind of a good foundational skill. And then what you can do is you can start to look at maybe some areas where you want to gain more compassion, or you want to gain more power or strength, or whatever that is that you're kind of looking for to build. You can really start to build that meditation practice around any of those ideas once you have that great solid foundation. So, does anyone have any questions for me so far? No? Cool.
Actually, I have one.
Yeah.
So, when you're meditating and you're brushing your teeth,
Yes.
what is that you're focusing on?
Yeah. So, excellent question. I was gonna. What I'm focusing on is everything that's happening, right? So, I'm like brushing my teeth, and I'm like mentally saying, okay, I'm gonna be extremely mindful in this moment. So, I am thinking about the flavor of my toothpaste. I'm thinking about the pressure that I'm using. I'm thinking about the sounds around me. I'm thinking about how I'm breathing while I'm brushing my teeth. I'm just getting it sounds really goofy to get that immersed in brushing your teeth.
No.
But that's really what it is getting completely immersed in whatever it is that you're experiencing, and not being on automatic, because that's such an automatic moment for people. They're just like, all right, get this through and then move on to the next thing. But being able to step out of that automatic zone and being present it's just like building that muscle.
Are you looking to not be distracted by random thoughts, or what's the ultimate goal?
The ultimate goal is to, it's not that I'm not trying to be distracted, it's that I'm trying to observe everything that's happening without judgment. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, the thing I have to do next is I gotta get into my car, and then I've got 4 meetings, and then I've got 3 clients, and all, there's all those things that will be going on in my head.
So you're trying to block those out?
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to be with all of those and say, oh, okay, like, I'm not gonna have a reactive, I'm not gonna have any reaction to that. Like, those are just the things that are gonna happen. And so right now, I'm here, I'm standing, I'm brushing my teeth, and I'm not going to get, I don't wanna say wrapped up, because that's not really the right word, but I'm not gonna get emotionally involved in what I have to do later or anything other than right now I'm brushing my teeth.
So focus on present moment.
Exactly. So it's like here and now. So it's not really pushing it away. It's more like letting the thoughts come and go on their own. Does that?
I'm just trying to, so you don't want the thoughts to dominate what you're doing? You want to kind of just be in the moment?
Exactly. Yeah.
You need to get your brain rest. I
Yep.
think it's like you quiet your mind.
Yep.
And to focus on one task at a time.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like there's all of the thoughts, there's all the things going on outside of I'm brushing my teeth right now, or like this is the temperature of the water that's like on my toothbrush right now. I get really granular with my thoughts on that. And anything else, I don't like to use the word pushing out, because that is a type of meditation too, right? It's like super focused, like I'm just gonna focus on this phone, right? I don't find, for my personal practice, that that's a beneficial skill, because it's like, yeah, you can get really good at blocking thoughts and blocking, pushing and blocking and all that stuff, but then you don't actually get to let that flow in and out in a productive way.
When you find yourself drifting, you focus again on...
Yep, I come back to it and I'm like, okay, like I can have time to deal with that when it's time to deal with that. Yeah, totally. Thank you for like probing and asking
Yes,
good
thank
questions.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, I do feel the moment where I know, like I'm doing the 2-minute brushing, right? My motorized,
Yeah, exactly.
toothbrush.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm going through so many other things that are happening, and I'm in the moment, but I let it go, so it's like anxious to me, because I'm now experiencing what's next. You know what I mean? That
Yeah,
count
absolutely.
of items that I have to do next are actually causing me anxiety within that moment. I don't know how to let that go
Yeah.
and bring it back to
Yeah. And I mean
that space I'm in.
yeah, and the anxiety, at least in my experience, it's not like the going to the meetings and doing the things is not causing me any anxiety. It's the uncontrolled thinking about that, right? And not being able to turn that off.
The rabbit holes.
The rabbit holes and all that. And so so that's why building a meditation and mindfulness practice will actually help you to learn, like, okay, that's not the rabbit hole I need to go down right now. I'm actually really grounded and peaceful, and like I'm actually in this moment like completely at peace, and it has there's nothing else that I need to do about those things right now. Jody, I saw you raise your hand.
I was going to say something that I've noticed in this session so far.
Yeah.
When I close my eyes and I listen to you talk, I just want to fall asleep. Like
Yeah.
you're so soothing. But yet, when I open my eyes, both times, I felt more energetic. And I equate that to when you are allowing all of these emotions and thoughts, almost like you're trying to multitask in your brain,
Mm-hmm.
it's exhausting.
Yeah.
And so when you just quiet it and practice the way that you're explaining,
Yep.
it's energizing.
It is, absolutely. It's, I wish I had the actual facts and figures in front of me, but I know that there's a 20-minute meditation session, like of deep meditation. It equates to a certain amount of hours of deep sleep, which is like incredible. It's like the best power nap ever, even though you're not actually sleeping. Yeah. Cool. Yes?
Is it possible to practice mindfulness in the car while you're driving?
I don't recommend it. Yeah.
To the road band.
Yeah. I mean, you can bring your attention back to driving, But I don't think it's like because there's going to be situations that you're gonna have to react to, it's probably not the best place to practice.
Okay.
Like you would wanna get that, certainly you can use mindfulness while you're driving and be like, I'm in a zen, beautiful state while I'm driving, and this person cuts you off and you're like, goodbye, I'll see you later, I'm already here. But it's not necessarily a good place to like close your eyes and get that connection. Yeah. Yeah? Awesome. You do? But it is really good when you're, do you really? Oh, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to hear about this, tell me how you do it. It is
I
one
find
of
it's
those.
great in those situations to use sign language.
Yes. Very, a good thumbs island there.
I wasn't thinking of that, but
Walk away.
Not that something.
So I have another or a different
Yeah.
question. As we were going up the body and we're feeling our feels, what happens when you are in pain, when you have knee injury and you're stopped at your knee? Like what's the process when my shoulders are stiff and hurt and that's all I can think about? It's like, darn.
Like
Now
you're just
thinking
like
about my
experiencing
shoulders.
yeah. So I've worked with a lot of people that deal with pain, like chronic pain and chronic issues, and it's actually really neat because I don't know if you're experiencing any pain right now or through that meditation if you're actually dealing with anything, but something really cool happens when you get really, really focused on the pain. You actually will stop feeling it. Sounds crazy, but if your shoulder really hurts and you just allow yourself to completely feel that sensation without judging it as bad, it will actually completely relax, and you're like, you may still physically feel the sensation of the pressure, the tension, the heat. Those are kind of the things that are usually associated with pain, but many times like it will give you a mental break from the struggle of the pain. Yeah. So usually what I recommend is, if you notice that area of tension, you just stop there and say, oh, okay, like I feel tension right now and I feel pain right now, and you just acknowledge that and just be with it. Yeah. Cool. Water? Good? Okay. Awesome. Let me just take a peek here. Cool. So, okay, so then, so I was talking earlier about how getting this connection with yourself allows you to kind of connect with the people in your lives. And I have a couple of fun questions for you to ponder on. So when you're feeling connected to someone and you're in a conversation with someone, there's a couple of questions that I usually suggest that you incorporate mentally when you're having any kind of conversation. The first one is you want to check in with yourself and just see how are you feeling right now when you're in any conversation, and is there anything in the way of you connecting with that person fully? And if there is it something that needs to be addressed right now, or is it something that can wait so that you can actually have that connection? And then the next thing is just feeling your own sense of presence. So really taking the time to, today we were really observing our own internal, just what's there without kind of creating or making anything happen. But you can actually say in this conversation, I'm going to be peaceful today. And taking that time to feel your own peaceful presence, or, maybe you are wanting to create something other than peace, you're I'm going to be really aggressive right now, and I'm going to feel that, and that's what this conversation is going to be. But whatever it is that you want to create in that conversation, you can take that time to create that presence. And then the other really cool thing that happens, and this is kind of going back to having that mindfulness practice, is noticing what thoughts come up for you, and kind of putting a pin in them, not necessarily having to express them or react to them in a conversation, but noticing what's coming up for you. Like, okay, I don't know if any of you experienced that while we were doing either of those meditations, but did anyone notice like any thoughts they were having? Were you able to observe those? Yeah. Did anyone notice any patterns with them, like recurring things? Yeah, some did. Yeah. I'm almost willing to like take out my wallet and give you money here and bet that those thoughts and patterns are probably ones that even if you weren't meditating, those same judgments and thoughts will come up for you because they're just kind of your internal things. And so when you're building this mindfulness practice, you actually become more mindful of yourself and your own thoughts. So you can kind of take that into any relationship or conversation that you're having. And then, so you're kind of checking in with yourself and saying like, okay, well, I'm having this thought about this, okay, but I'm hearing them. So then the next thing you want to do is like silently reflect on what the other person is saying. So you're going to hear what they're saying and say, okay, like take it all in. And again, without judgment, like that's the tricky part sometimes, right? But just staying with that presence that you've created and really hearing whatever it is that they're saying and not trying to react or have a judgment about it. And then always asking like open-ended questions. So making sure that you're hearing what the person's saying and kind of checking, oh, are you saying this? Or, you know, making sure that you're fully understanding what they're saying. And then also like just acknowledging someone else's point of view can be huge, right? So like, oh, okay, like I hear where you're coming from, and not necessarily jumping to where you're coming from, but just hearing where they're coming from. It's going to help you to build that connection. And you know, having your own like peaceful presence or having your own self-awareness of where you're standing will help you to just be with the other person in conversation. And then that's really like why I love teaching this practice is just seeing how people can connect to themselves and then connect to other people around them and like kind of improve those relationships. Because it's just so beautiful. Cool. Awesome. So then the other thing I want to talk to you about, I actually jumped ahead and told you about my brushing my teeth story in my head. But a couple ways that you can also incorporate meditation into your day-to-day life is eating. One of my favorite ways to do it. So this is going to be our last meditation exercise. You can close your eyes for just a moment. Get comfy, get cozy. I'm not going to put you to sleep this time. Good. So just take a really deep breath in. And exhale fully. Good. As you inhale, I want you to bring your shoulders up close to your ears this time. Exhale, just let them drop back down. Take another deep breath in. And a full breath out. Just taking a slow scan of the body here. Not as in depth as before, but just noticing any areas where you feel any tension. Breathe into those areas. Good. Let all that tension go. Whatever thoughts we have going on, I want you to bring your focus to your favorite food. It could be something you eat frequently, it could be something you ate as a child. But this is just like your most favorite food. And I want you to imagine that you are in the perfect setting to be eating this food. Maybe it's at a restaurant. Maybe it's on your couch. Maybe it's at the dinner table. you are just ready to have your favorite food. Imagine it sitting in front of you on a perfect plate. And I want you to just look at this food. Taking in the colors. Noticing the shape. Take a nice deep breath in and a full breath out. Noticing the smell of this food, just breathing it in like you can't breathe in enough. And when you're ready, slowly start to take a big bite or a little bite. And just getting that perfect bite. Noticing the temperature in your mouth. Noticing the flavors. And as you start to enjoy your favorite food, thinking about all of the reasons that you enjoy this food. Who made the food? Is it the flavor? Is it the nourishment that it brings you? And just enjoying as much of this food as you like. Pausing with every bite to notice the colors, notice the smell, notice the flavors. Notice the thoughts that you have about this food. Notice any emotions you have about this food. Maybe it brings you joy or nostalgia. Enjoying every bite. And when you've had enough, putting down any utensils. Taking a big sip of water or any other beverage you enjoy. And then just taking a moment experience, enjoying the food. Take a nice deep breath in. And a full breath out. And another deep breath in. Exhale fully. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Anyone else starving now? That's the other time that I really like to take some time to be mindful is when I'm eating. So whether it is my favorite food or it's just another meal, taking that time to really immerse yourself in that experience of eating, right? Enjoying the smells, being grateful for where your food came from, how it came to your plate, taking that moment to kind of build that presence and mindfulness when you eat has also been really huge for me because it gives you that time to like not just like scarf and move and again you can probably tell by my examples I like to move around a lot and do a lot of things but it gives you that pause to really like be present, be with yourself and truly enjoy it without just moving on.
There's actually a lot of health benefits due to that when you actually focus on what you're eating and absorbing the texture and the flavors and just chew your food properly.
Exactly. Yep. And there's like it also kind of it can help you with if you're dealing with any diet things or anything like that to just be mindful when you're eating. Usually it'll also help you to make those healthier choices because you're actually thinking about what you're eating rather than like grabbing and going, that kind of thing. Yeah. How was that meditation for everyone? Good? Yeah.
Great, let's go get dinner.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, I didn't know
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm gonna kind of wrap it up here, but does anyone have any other questions for me about anything? Yes.
What would be some tools that we might use when we go home
Yeah.
as an amateur?
Yes, awesome. So there are some really good apps out there now. There's like the Calm app is really good. I'm a huge fan. And there's, you can go on YouTube. It can take a little scouring to find like a meditation that really resonates with you. But any kind of led meditation like that is really great. I'm also a really big fan of this book called 8-Minute Meditation. You can find it on Kindle or Barnes & Noble or any of those things. But they're just short meditations. 8 minutes is usually not a huge time commitment for most people. But even with the 8-minute meditations, you can actually cut them down to 4 if you needed to. And like, who doesn't have 4 minutes? But yeah, so those are kind of my favorite resources, Calm app and 8-minute meditation.
Cool.
Yeah. I want to tell you guys about something awesome we're doing at Be Well. We are having a community day this Saturday. If you want one of these, I have them up here. We're doing community style acupuncture, which I don't know if y'all are familiar with that, but you come in, you sit in a chair, you relax. It's very like low time commitment. Our wonderful acupuncture physicians will be coming around and placing needles for whatever your chief complaint is. And you basically sit there, relax in a room. It'll be kind of quiet like this. You'll be able to meditate if you like. And when you're ready, you kind of flag down your acupuncture physician. They remove the needles and then you're free to go. And we're also doing chair massage that day. We're located downtown in Thornton Park. We've got this beautiful old house that's converted into a spa and wellness center. So if you guys want to check that out, I have some information here for you. And we also, just for being awesome and participating, I have some free salt therapy sessions for you. We have this really cool salt booth that it's a 10-minute little booth. And this is actually a really good tool too. I should mention this. It's 10 minutes and you're in a little booth and it pumps salt into the air. It's really good for like congestion, sinuses, skin issues. Allergies, yep. And it's really nice because it's just kind of a white noise while you relax. So you really shouldn't have your phone in there because the salt's like not good for the phones. Mm-hmm. So it kind of forces you to like have that 10 minutes to meditate. So if anyone wants to check that out, I have some free salt therapy session cards for you. And I just really thank you all for joining me and participating and meditating together. I think that, the more of us that take some time to recenter, like just the bigger impact it'll have on everyone in the room. Thank you so much.
Thank you.